Hi guys, so I am inspired to do something. I had a video like this posted before on my channel. Or no, I had it recorded but never posted it. I was watching another family vlogger called Katie and Travis. They just had their baby boy, Harvey, and it was a tearjerker. Anyways, so they just kind of inspired me to do this video. So, you guys, I got pregnant with my daughter, the day that I got a positive pregnancy test was April 10th of 2020. 2 weeks later, went in, had an ultrasound. Yep, I'm pregnant. Heartbeat was strong. You know, everything was good to go. The only thing in that pregnancy that was bad was the nauseated feeling I would get throughout my whole entire pregnancy. There's actually a medical term for it. I don't remember what the medical term is, but it's not good. I was in and out of the hospital, getting IVs after IVs after IVs, having, contractions due to dehydration, and it was just a mess. So my due date was December 8th of 2020. When June rolled around, my mom had made a call to the hospital. This is all done in Nevada. I currently reside in Washington State. So this was all done in Nevada. We knew from the minute I conceived, the minute I got a pregnancy test, my, at the time, boyfriend, who is now my ex, and I have decided that we were going to have our baby at a hospital with a freaking NICU. Because I didn't want to be separated from my daughter, from my baby. He was born at one of the hospitals there, and so his mom was kind of disturbed that we weren't going to have the baby at the hospital that he was born at. Anyways, come December 8th, December 7th was my last OB appointment. I was 39 weeks and 7 days. The very next day, I was going to be 40 weeks. I have a rare syndrome called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome type 3, which put a lot of strain on my joints. It was, yeah. So we opted to do induced at 40 weeks. She goes, let's see what we can do about getting you in tomorrow night and start the induction, backstory. So in June, we got the okay to have an extra visitor due to my mental condition due to my health, and so the main nurse said yes. So December rolls around, we go in, we get checked in. They had it in the file that I could have 2 support teams, or 2 support people, even though we were in the midst of COVID. Well, I go to the information desk, and they said, well, technically we're not allowing anybody to go up there extra. And because it states in your file, it's either your mom or your boyfriend. And I go, no. So I text my mom and I said, you need to call the main nurse. They're not letting Jason, which is my ex, to go back. And we're at the information desk. So she gets a hold of the main nurse. That nurse calls the information desk and says, no, we already got it approved. She could have 2 support people. So we go up there, we get all checked in. My mom's on her way. My mom gets there, and she has the same issue. So again, she had to call the head nurse at Labor and Delivery. So, they did, to make a long story short, they did 4 rounds of Cervidil and still no thinning or dilating. And this was now Wednesday morning. Before that, I only had 3 rounds. My OB comes in and examines me, and there is absolutely no change whatsoever. And she goes, okay, baby looks healthy. She's doing okay. Let's try this one more time. And I go, okay. I said, if it doesn't work, we will just call it and do a C-section. She's like, okay. So 3:30 rolls around, no change, no nothing. So we did an elective C-section, obviously, because we had to get the baby out. So I am wheeled, or I walk into the OR because I didn't have an epidural yet. I walked into the OR, and they placed the spinal. Everything was good to go. I don't know if he gave me something for the anxiety or what. But whatever he gave me, physically, I didn't know who I was. I didn't know where I was. I didn't even know where my daughter was. And my boyfriend left. So I go into recovery. My mom's like, Tiff. And I'm like, blank. Not talking, nothing. She's like, oh my God, what's happening? So Westfall comes and said the baby's been taken to the NICU due to her not breathing. She swallowed a whole bunch of amniotic fluid, is what we were told. Supposedly. So, looking back now, I don't believe so. But, anyways, That was Wednesday night. So, for the next 12 hours, 6 hours, I forget. They only brought her in to nurse. Because I wanted to try breastfeeding. They said, okay. So I don't know what her going home weight was. They said that she only dropped a few ounces, but that's common in newborns. So we weren't really too concerned. We had her Wednesday night and left Saturday afternoon. I was still in excruciating pain. Like, I kid you not, you guys, having abdominal surgery is no joke. So, after the 6-hour mark, or however long it was, she finally got to be in the room with us and everything. I wish I would have advocated for myself a lot more than what I did. They placed her at the foot of my bed, knowing I was having issues getting up out of bed. So, yeah, finally, my night nurse comes in, and I'm sitting there bawling. And she's like, Tiff, what's wrong? And I said, I just want to hold my baby, and I can't get up. And she goes, do you want me to move her? And I said, would you please? And so she was beside me in her bed, in her bassinet. And everything was good to go. Well, we suspected. So we get home. I do a 1-week follow-up or 2-week follow-up, I forget. And the pediatrician that saw her said, she's losing weight, but let's keep an eye on it. I want you to wake up every 2.5 hours to feed her. I said, okay. So I set an alarm every 2.5 hours. I would feed her. She was still losing weight. She would gain a few and then lose a few, and then gain a few and then lose a few. I didn't know with breastfeeding, I would have to eat a lot in order to sustain my milk supply and sustain my daughter. So I ended up pumping. So we were still doing weight checks through the month of December. Things don't look good. January 4th of 2021, we were readmitted to the hospital to failure to thrive. Looking back on this next part of what I'm gonna say, the NICU shouldn't have released us. At all. Now, all babies are born with holes in their heart that should close directly after birth. Okay? It's a godsend that her pediatrician at the time that we had on January 4th readmitted us, Because if she didn't and she just let us go home, I would have had to bury my child. Her oxygen level, you guys, I kid you not, was at 86%. This video is already 15 minutes long. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it short for the night. Tomorrow I'll come back with part 2. I might record it and post it tomorrow. I don't know yet. So, thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button and see us on this journey.